So the other day I heard someone say that artificial sweeteners are linked to obesity. They also went on to say that artificial sweeteners are linked with a host of other metabolic diseases, specifically type 2 diabetes. And in a sense, we can link type 2 diabetes with obesity. And every time I hear something like this, it makes me laugh just a little bit. But I think it's very important to actually understand why this causal relationship may be occurring. This is a phenomenon referred to as reverse causality. Artificial sweeteners are typically used to reduce caloric intake. And as someone is already at a healthy body weight, they likely aren't trying to implement mechanisms in order to reduce their caloric consumption. Therefore, they might be less inclined to choose an artificial sweetened beverage or any sort of artificial sweetener over a normal sweetener. And in someone who is overweight, the use of an artificial sweetener is typically a byproduct of trying to lose weight, which means they likely developed obesity or became overweight not when using the artificial sweetener, but beforehand. And then as a mechanism to try and lose weight, they began consuming more artificial sweeteners. So the link between artificial sweeteners and obesity is not that as you eat more artificial sweeteners, you increase your weight. Rather, it is that someone that is overweight is likely going to begin consuming more artificial sweeteners as a mechanism to try and lose weight. And the only reason I bring this up is because many people have found that the use of artificial sweeteners is an extremely effective strategy to help them lose weight. But hearing claims that something like an artificial sweetener actually is linked to obesity can cause people to unfairly demonize and be scared of artificial sweeteners. And what they're going to replace these artificial sweeteners with are the same foods that typically would have gotten them into an overweight state in the first place. And now, if you don't want to consume artificial sweeteners, that's absolutely fine. And no one needs to consume them. However, if they do contribute to helping you maintain a healthy body weight, the messaging that artificial sweeteners are linked to obesity could actually come at the detriment of someone trying to lose weight. So if artificial sweeteners are a tool that allow you to maybe turn a normal soda into a diet soda, and at the end of the day your caloric intake is lower than it would have been, then artificial sweeteners absolutely would not contribute to the development of obesity. And I think one of the reasons a lot of people demonize artificial sweeteners is because they seem a little bit too good to be true. Oftentimes we associate dieting with suffering and not enjoying the food that we're eating. And the use of artificial sweeteners allows us to enjoy our food more. And if it doesn't come at a net cost to us losing weight, it feels a little bit too good to be true. So oftentimes we are looking for reasons why artificial sweeteners must have some sort of mechanisms that make them bad. Because for many people in the past, the more they disliked their diet, the more weight they ended up losing. And because of the modern food environment, the more enjoyment you get out of food, such as eating hyper-palatable foods, the more weight you will typically gain. Therefore, since artificial sweeteners are very palatable, it simply feels like they're going to contribute to weight gain because that is the mental association we have made. But at the end of the day, they're really just a tool that makes reducing your caloric intake feel a little bit easier. I hope this helps, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments.